Welcome to ProDoc eFiling. In this session, we'll discuss subsequent eFiling into an existing case. We'll discuss preparing to eFile, including firm setup, eFiling information hierarchy, and the eFiling rules, and we'll walk through an eFiling step by step. I'll also provide you with an email address for any follow-up questions. Before you can eFile, the firm must be set up. Within the firm, you'll have filers, attorneys, and service contacts. You will also need to set up a payment account for your e-filing. E-filing case structure consists of a jurisdiction. For that jurisdiction, you will have case categories. For those case categories, you'll have case types. And for the case type, you will have required parties as well as filing types. And for filing types, you'll be offered a variety of optional services. When filing into a subsequent case, your case number has predetermined the case category and case type, except if your case is not found. The presentation of values for these different categories will vary by jurisdiction. The new e-filing rules expect to be implemented January 1st. A document that's electronically served or filed needs to be signed by placing a /s/ with your name typed in the space where your signature would be, or otherwise affixing an electronic or scanned image of your signature. The electronically filed document must be text searchable PDF, directly converted to PDF rather than scanned, can't be locked, and should otherwise follow the technology standards set up by the JCIT. No paper copies of an electronically filed document must be filed. There are a couple of ways to start an e-filing into an existing case. One is using a previous e-filing that you made in a case in either the original ProDoc or the ProDoc eFiling 2 system. Otherwise, you'll need to search by case number or case party. To start an e-filing based on a previous e-filing, just select Submitted under My Filings. And you can see there's a tab for filings in the current ProDoc eFiling 2 system. The second tab, you'll select your filings from the eFiling 1 system. In either case, either list, to start an e-filing based on a previous e-filing, just click on the envelope icon beside the filing. If you don't have that information, you start with Submit Filing, and then click on This is an existing case. Select your jurisdiction and enter in your cause number. As you can see, you can also enter in by party, either party name, in which case you'll enter the first and last name, or organization name, and that's just an entity that's a party to the case. In this case, we'll go by cause number. If the system does not find your cause number, in some jurisdictions, but not all jurisdictions, you can go ahead and enter in the cause number and then proceed. In this case, you'll have to enter in all the information. If the system does find your case number within the court's case management system, it will automatically load the information for you. As you can see, it's already loaded the jurisdiction, case category, and case type, as well as the case parties. If you need to add another party, just click on Add Party, and you add them in here. Remember, you don't need to select an attorney for a party that you're not representing. Once you have the parties in order, you need to select the party that will be doing this filing. In other words, this e-filing is being done on behalf of the plaintiff in this case. You made that selection, you press Continue, and it opens up the dialog box for adding your filing. You can have multiple filings within a single transaction, within a single submission. The first thing you need to do is pick your filing type, and again, this is based on the case type that you've got selected. You'll also need to enter a reference number. This does not have to follow any kind of structure. It is for your reference only, but it is mandatory. Next, you select the Add Document. Add Document will give you a drop-down list as to whether this is a lead or an attachment. In some cases, the list that you get will vary, again, based on the particular filing type that you've got. Some won't allow attachments. Some may only allow like a case information sheet. So once you've made a selection, normally it's going to be this drop down. You select the lead document, and then that would open up the select file. Click on that. It opens up an Explorer window. You go and select the document that you need to add, and then click Open. It will automatically add it into this particular filing. Note there's a Document Security tab over to the right with a drop down, and in most jurisdictions this is going to say Public or Sealed. In Harris County, they've chosen to use this field as their filing type. There are some idiosyncrasies from county to county that we'll try and include in the FAQ once all the systems have been moved over into this new system. So in this case, we've added our lead document. We've added attachments. If you need to modify these, drop these documents off, if you've loaded the wrong one, just click the X beside the particular document and it will delete them. You can see it's got a count on the total size of this filing along with the number of pages included. Once everything looks in order, you want to select that you've reviewed the documents. Again, you can file multiple filings within a single submission. So if you want to add an additional filing, so for instance, if you need another lead document added for this particular case, for this particular filing party, then you can select Save and New, and it will add the filing that you've done to the top. You can see it up there at the top, and it will open up the dialog box to create another filing. Follow the same process, the reference number, the add document, add that document in, and if this is all of the filings that you want to include, press on Save and Close. You get a recap of your submission. You can see we have both filings up there. If you need to modify these, click on the appropriate icon to the right of the filing. And then the next step will be to add, if you have additional services such as citation and jury demand, you click that in order to open up that screen. And here the filing, you'll note the filing that you're going to be choosing your available services for, and the options for those services appear below. And again, that's based on the filing type that you've selected. Once you've selected them, you enter the quantity that you need, you press the Add Optional Services, and it will appear on the list of your optional services. If you need to modify, if you want to drop that, you just press the X, it'll delete it, and you can start the process over. On eService, if no e-filings have been made in the new system for this case, then no eService contacts will be available. If you want to add service contacts from your firm to this case, you select them by placing a check mark in the box to the left of their name and then press on the Attach to Case. That way when this case goes to the opposing attorney, if they use this system to e-file, those contacts will appear for them to select and send you back the service. If you know an attorney should be being served by this case and you would like to take advantage of ProDoc's free fax service, you can put in their name and fax number here, and we'll transmit the fax to them free of charge. Next, you move to the review filing page, and here you can see the ProDoc fees are outlined up at the top left. The court fees appear underneath there, and then the convenience fee, which is a credit card processing fee charged on the overall cost of the case. Then you need to select your payment method. You can see the information about the case toward the middle of the screen, and down at the bottom you can see we have the two filings that are in the submission detailed there, along with the documents. If you want to look at the documents, just click on the document name and it will open it back up. The eService information is over to the right of the page. If everything looks in order, and you just click on Submit Filing, and your e-filing is complete. If for some reason you need to cancel the filing, you have a short period of time in which you can do this. To do that, you go back to the home screen, and you can see the X beside the filing. Once the e-filing has been transmitted to the clerk and the clerk has actually begun to process the filing, this canceled e-filing is no longer available. You'll need to contact the court clerk directly and ask them to reject the filing. That concludes the presentation. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can send an email to efile-manager@thomsonreuters.com. Thank you.